Looks like they're going to lose some bounty runes, but they'll land this hook now. Pleb.
Toss.
And the toss on the tower. Nothing to say. Body blocked up. In comes the blast off. He tries to dodge it with a sleight of fist, but it looks like he's dead. 4 heroes around him, and now the tip's going to come back the other way.
Nice.
And P1, he's a Slacks watcher, dropping the oh no.
You see this? You see? Oh, this is what I've always wanted.
They decided to swap things around. It's going to be Pleb playing the mid Pudge. And Batrider will be safe lane. So right now they are swapping things around. They want to have this Batrider against Timbersaw matchup. Yeah. And mid Pudge, we've seen mostly Pudge being played from the safe lane. I think this hero does really well on mid, because you do get levels. Hook onto P1.
It's a little difficult sometimes. I'm still giving it a good shot. And again, they're going for these plays where they are displacing the opponents.
Yeah, there's no honor with me when I play against noobs. I do a little trolling. But I think everyone's just stomping.
To react when you're putting them under towers like that.
Yeah, I gotta put on a show. You know, their dads are there. Like their dads and brothers have all come to watch.
He was thinking about getting Bottle. Hook underneath the tower.
Can he kill
him? Here we go. One more hit.
A solo kill against nothing to say. What a dream.
Wow.
This is big. And now he's collecting the tips. Nothing to say.
Grins. Nothing but grins for the boosters. Wonderful stuff.
He got the Soul Ring. Does have a Fairy Fire. Didn't want to go for Bottle immediately. A bit strange considering that he got the first blood. So you want to get Bottle out as soon as you can. Go for that 2-minute water rune, have it secured.
Down bottom, Mad Frog and Malik. Oh, hello, toss under tower. Jinkyu gonna try win run. Does have the move speed.
Why is he middle or top?
Did I see that correctly? Pleb just TP'd from mid lane top.
Well, Malik's
gonna land the hook.
Has he got him? He's
got him. If he misses that hook.
Pudge roaming. They just rotated in. Mad Frog dies down bottom to Y in a really scrappy battle down there where Malik nearly died as well. But IO keeping that bristleback topped up, and yeah, chaos all around. Both side lanes going mad. Another hook off the mark this time. But Lacoste, who's your mid laner now? What's happening?
It's gonna be Timbersaw, and we see Batrider going to the mid lane. Evo is bringing something on the courier. It's a bottle. I like that a lot because this does allow him to swap the lanes.
Where are you, Smoke
especially
Gang?
if he needs to play the mid lane. Then you kind of need a bottle with the Batrider.
Yeah, utilize those water runes. And they're both level 3, right? So there's no level difference between them because they both started in the same lane. Let's see what Faith Bian can get done against the Bat Rider, which is a very advantageous matchup for the Bat. Yeah, one of the big stories though is going to be Arme's bristleback, like untouched in the bottom lane, 19 CS. Top spot on that ball.
Don't have a child,
guys. Who does not
don't have children.
His lane. He feels very comfortable here.
If you're pro,
has a Ring of Health already, going into Vitality.
Just don't have
next,
children,
so
honestly, at all.
Yeah, and he got that early stick against Undying. Get some regen against the decay spam. And he's even content just spamming Quill Spray under the enemy tier 1. Deboosters, they're going to bring 3 heroes top again. There's a rotation from the Bat Rider, so mid lane yet again abandoned.
For a second, I thought Pleb is going to hook Tiny one more time.
Oh, he might have. Avalanche should get the toss back here as well into the rock. The stick and A-bombs coming. Nice flame break to push back Jinkyu. And Wind Ranger's kind of blocked in here up against the tree line, going to get brought down by Evo. Pleb suffering against the Timbersaw's damage, but
why is he can't die?
The Timber Chain across. They might be able to kill Faith Bian here now. Firefly is starting to wear out, so they'll need all the damage they've got. The toss across, the Bat Rider's in. Need a hook from Pleb to line up, but a sidestep. Faith Bian pirouettes on the spot, dances around it. He's got plenty of napalm on him, but now he's under tower.
Fate Beyond going for a different build. He understands that reactive armor is not going to save him there, so he wants to be able to surprise people, get the damage done, and also wants to have more points in the Timber Chain. He knows that this Batrider matchup is not good for him, so wants to be able to blow him up, especially if Batrider decides to go underneath the tower. Now Pleb back to the mid lane.
Yeah, lane swaps galore. Bat, Pudge, Ember, Timber, all trying to get themselves a little bit of a nicer time in this early laning stage. Has this hurt anyone, do you think? You know, LGD feels like It's not been great for them, but they've not lost out too much, have they?
No, definitely not. Bristleback on top of net worth. Ember Spirit 28 CS, and we can see Pudge and Batrider pretty much having the same CS. Timbersaw in the middle of the pack.
Oh, is he stacking Ancients and farming the Tombstone, it looks like, Malik. Trying to get himself an extra boost of net worth, get that income.
And Techies has the lane for himself. They can't play this lane, especially after the Vanguard pickup on Ame. There's no way he's dying.
Just the one stack from Techies. I could build that up a little more. Pleb misses out another hook in the mid lane, and now Wind Ranger with the IO and Ember tethered up together. Chains on the Pudge, no one coming to save him. So Pleb dead, even with that Fairy Fire popped. Will do nothing but delay the inevitable. And a jump in. Aiming for this Arme Bristleback. Malik with a tombstone should be able to find this. Another little bomb from the Techies comes, and Arme getting decayed and hit down by the zombies. Go on, get a high five. Tries to keep him alive, but I just love that. They're laughing, they're smart. They're having fun, aren't they?
Yeah, this is why they pick these heroes pretty much to have fun. Pleb deeping mid, level 5 only.
Avalanche toss back into tower. Go ahead, Jin-Q. Get back over here. And the hook off the mark, unfortunately for Pleb. Can't find the grab, and now he's
available or nothing to say. Doesn't even use one. B1 has toss available in a second.
The dress was in 6 minutes, another one.
And the late
no white
coming. Maybe Techies can find a takedown on the Wind Ranger with a blast off to get it. And a rotation in from the back as well, but nothing to say, like you said. Has the remnants to jump away, dodging the flame break beautifully, and why with a tether? It slips out of the grasps of Deboosters.
2 remnants out to be able to provide him tether target, and IO holding up a bottle for now, healing up. Oh, is that IO's bottle? I think it is. It is.
Yeah, so nothing to say, he skipped out on it, right?
Yeah, because he was, he knew that he was going to be playing against the Batrider eventually with the older lane swap, so decided to go for Magic 1 instead.
Jin-Q shackling up P1. Avalanche stops the Timber Chain, so that's giving him enough room to get away from that top lane. I mean, maybe Jin-Q can try and power shot, but I think he's out of range by now. Definitely out of vision.
Deboosters doing much better than in the previous game. Like, they're making the moves, they are getting some kills, even though it's a 2k gold lead for PSG LGD.
And now the lasso. And dragging his Ember Spirit under tower. Dismember there, the permanent disable. But did they have the damage to follow through on? Slight of Fist comes out, Evo's still alive. They will bring down, nothing to say, as the IO follows him into the grave while Arme was fighting with Malik around the tombstone. He doesn't have Soul Rip leveled up, so he can't heal it. Just trying to spam. There's decay onto Arme. He's got his ulti going, so he's got that damage increase, but facing off against the Bristleback, not an ideal situation.
Malik tried, he tried really hard, but fighting against the 200 damage Bristleback and having like 4 stacks of Quell Spray, pretty difficult. Ame also got the extra gold from the Tombstone. 2 seconds faster than this patch fastest, so Ame breaking some records.
Faster is faster, Lacoste. He is a speedy guy. I mean, what is Flesh Golem? 25% damage amp, maybe he was overestimating that, but now with a Dismember onto the Bristleback bottom, they should be able to bring him down in a 3v1. That hook secures it in the end. Well, LGD trying to secure themselves a tier 1 mid lane. They spot P1. Another good avalanche though, and he's out of there.
Oh, bro.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, Fate Beyond did manage to kill the tower and still keeping their tier 1 tower alone, even putting some more pressure on a mid tower, because Orb of Corrosion, extra minus armor with 3 people hitting it, it's a lot of damage.
I wonder if there are any chat wheel lines P1 doesn't have. He's used all of them.
What did I miss?
I'm just waiting for the Moon of Mayne to come out in a second. Tiny. Yeah, in the chakram. Not a
he
chance.
only got the good ones.
69. Nice.
Cheeky,
just in time.
I saw what you did there. And now they are invading stacks, but still respecting Batrider, and they know Lasso is coming back off cooldown. All the same items being dropped.
I did. I measured 45 push-ups. In one go.
Stop him from taking the stacks.
Muscles
he gets
are a bit
Lasso
sore
out,
now.
but he's completely destroyed by LGD's aggression into this top jungle. Deboosters not able to really react to that. You know, their tier 1 top has already fallen, so this part of the map.
Oh, Amez also invading enemy triangle. He got the kill on board. So all of these, I'm gonna call it small things, but they do add up, because Bristleback did kill Vord, did kill Tombstone twice, I believe, and now inside the enemy triangle. Pleb thinking about going for the hook,
everyone
but
has it.
even if he gets the hook,
if
he most likely dies.
then yes.
Yeah, you can't go hooking this Bristleback.
Oh, he tried. That was a nice attempt from Jin-Q.
That would be stylish if he'd landed that one. A little bomb out from Techies. But LGD really planting themselves firmly in enemy portions of the map so they can't get the farm that they need. And Pleb, he's isolated now. I mean, can P1 try and toss him away from danger? He can try, but he's moving in aggressively to play towards the Wind Ranger as they miss another hook, sadly, for Pleb.
They need some kind of stun. They need some kind of setup for these hooks. P1 thinking about going in, toss back into Dismember. They've got the silence.
They finish him off. Beautifully executed from the D-Boosters. Chasing Jin-Q now. But I think the Wind Ranger should be all right.
Nothing to say, saying that this is imbalanced. Displacement abilities, they have many.
Here you go.
What can I do to counteract this? I guess he's got remnants, but he's got to be on point with his placement of them. And we saw what happened yesterday with the Zayat's techies, right, against the Ember Spirit. The mines placed on a remnant. He jumps straight into a trap. Hello. Pleb finds the IO. Arme now doesn't have that defensive support backing him up, but it's still a tanky Bristleback, so D-Booster's going to look towards this tier 1 instead.
PSG LGD is playing the Boosters game. They are falling for these like hooks that they're going for. They are grouping up, which means that if PSG LGD goes and takes the farm on map instead of trying to farm, Timbersaw just TP'd, but he has 0 mana. Does have a Soul Ring available in a second. Another extra goal coming up from Tombstone.
Yeah, I mean, Malik is still there, just hitting at the Faith
They're
beyond.
doing
The
it.
shot,
Oh, no, they're going. Oh my God! Yeah, GG.
3 of them. They're still
Or?
standing
Wait, they're
D-Boosters,
killing.
taking through the LGD damage, finding one. Arme's down, and they'll lose
with the arm blast.
LGD's actually
Malik
losing.
just standing his ground, finally taken out by the power shot. There's nothing to say, and Jin-Q turning towards P1. They want more off the back of this. Low HP D-Boosters heroes, but Pleb is TP'd home. P1 making his escape, but the power shot misses on Mad Frog until nothing to say. Finds the finishing touch with his sleight of fist.
Nothing to say. Once Tiny, he saw him not having mana. 10 stick charges available.
Ooh.
Look at a nice audience. Wearing masks,
these type
a lot of
of
them.
skirmishes do benefit D-Boosters
Do you
quite
wear
a lot, because
masks
their
too?
heroes are
I
not
still
that
wear a
really
mask.
good at farming. If we talk
Fuck
about
it,
like
mask
Tiny,
off.
if you think about Undying Techies, they want to keep fighting, and they're getting some flesh heap charges. So right now, Pleb's sitting at 10 already.
Yeah, you really can't underestimate this decay with
Mask
the
on.
damage amp from the Flash Golem. A hook from Pleb will find Jin-Q's Wind Ranger. He'll try Shackle Shot and move out, but it's a lot of damage
The
from this
audience
Pudge at this
going
point.
wild.
Damage
Even little
amplification
Billy
from
is
Flash
there,
Golem,
or little
couple of DK stolen, and
Muhammad.
also Armlet.
And now
look
a
at his
Tombstone.
damage.
Yeah, looks
It's like 180.
straight in towards nothing to say. He does have a couple of remnants and 6-1 charges, trying to bait for the rest of his team to arrive with the TPs.
Oh, no,
and
they're
Malik
cheered
way too
early.
deep now. Surely, with the Timbersaw arriving, you'll have to pay the price. P1, what have you done? He's walked in, he wanted to continue fighting. The Avalanche tosses the IO
Oh,
into
the
the
Tombstone is
Pudge.
good though.
Tombstone, good
They
silence.
do have the zombies flowing, and they get a couple of kills. The hook off the mark. Nothing to say, sidesteps that one. And P1
bye.
gets whirled to death by the Timbersaw, while Pleb attempts the TP home, and there's nothing to stop him.
I think Ames said, I don't want to be here. Guys, let me farm my Aghanim Scepter, and then I'll join you. He's 1,000 gold away from it, so gonna take another 2 minutes, I would say, and then he will be ready to fight. This is when you're gonna see PSG LGD going for Roshan and try to take a fight, transition that into a kill on Roche.
12 assists, 14 minutes in. And the game has got 29 kills. It has been a bloodbath. D-Boosters not shy about playing aggressively. And
Breaking some records. I
Kappa
think the
1,
highest
3,
amount of hero
4,
damage
2, 8.
of any hero this event was Taiga on Phoenix, because he had like 1k damage per minute on Phoenix. So yeah, breaking some records. I mean, because you know they're grouping up, you do have Orb of Corrosion, your Sleight of Fist is maxed out, so that makes sense. I believe that's a full Deso. Deso and Orb of Corrosion.
Nice.
with a Bristleback,
Manly
it makes
build.
sense though, right?
Yeah. Also, their heroes don't have that much armor. We're talking about Tiny having 1 armor at the moment. Pudge sitting at 5.
Nice slight change, though. Xingqiu being rotted down, and the relocate in will bring Arme to the fray. Pleb and P1 didn't stand a chance, and a lot of money there with that streak from Pleb handed over to Arme.
Is this game mad for LGD?
It's going to make that Aghanim Scepter that
also,
much
you
faster.
have 2 Deso charges 15 minutes in. You just finished it and got 4 out of it.
Bat Rider. It feels like Evo's had a bit of a quiet one, right? He's meant to be the hero that matches up against Timber and Bristle, isn't he?
Definitely, but in these fights, he still needs to be careful how he approaches. Does have boots of travel. Going into BKB next. Malik.
Here comes Arme. Io tethered to him. Tossed back in towards Techies.
It's
Arme gonna
unlosable.
walk it back. Power shot across towards Evo, though. Like you said, got to be careful. But a great hook from Pleb. Drags them into the mines. Nothing to say. Dead again in the same damn place. Deja vu as he falls under tier 2. And now Arme always got that healer. Io keeping him alive ever so barely. And Pleb stuck in the chakram. Just being shredded by Faith Beyond's Timbersaw.
It looked good for D-Boosters.
We're not watching this anymore. We're watching this series.
$100,000.
Oh.
you wanna make it through. You're gonna double the money that you get from the event, and then if you make it through one more phase of the tournament, it's doubles again.
If you want me to switch back to other game, type yep. If you want to ruin for everyone else, and say no, type based. Type based if you don't want to switch back to tilt people.
It's yeah, they've said themselves that they're big.
Oh, it doesn't work.
And they wanna.
It doesn't work.
That.
I forgot that guy is broken. There's more based anyway.
This is a good chance for that, like pre-TI, for them to.
Sorry, cheerleaders.
Get a little bit more comfortable, especially
in the
like,
base.
also, like you mentioned, like you're playing for more money, so it's. As,
Google if you want to be sad.
I'd solve the problem. Why would have does this leak anything?
Yeah.
Quite depressing, but anyway, right now they're very not depressed.
Solved it.
They're elated to be in
So
this tournament.
18 assists, 17 assists, 18 minutes in.
We had this for the Tiny like 3 minutes ago. It's just non-stop fighting.
Phoenix on 1.
Records being broken every 2 minutes. P1, there's a toss into the tier 3s. Blast off from the Techies. Can't really touch the Arme Bristleback though, as the Gale Force going to push them down.
I want to listen to the casting of the draft as
That
well.
hook has been more of a hindrance than a help.
Yeah.
Tombstone's down there, and it will zone LGD away. But D-Boosters unable to really connect on a clean team fight to get them any kills that they need.
I think Iceberg is actually pretty good at killing the Firebird.
Hooks, tosses.
The Glyph as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Having that multi-shot on towers definitely
26-21. It's pretty even.
But once that Tombstone expires, we can expect LGD to just go up this high ground and start breaking buildings. Or not, they're going to run it back. They're being very respectful of that high ground defense.
This is the only way they die. They're so far ahead right now that any kill that D-Boosters can get is going to give them a ton of gold.
2 dragons picked. It's going to be an epic battle.
Oh.
It's always hard to know who wins.
Uncharacteristic from him. Nothing to say, Amber.
Now, water,
Chains.
We'll try to go for it one more time.
you put out the fire with. But with fire, you evaporate the water.
Battle. As the Avalanche
It's unclear who wins.
Pleb with a dismember. But Timbersaw offering so much damage. Yes, they do trade 1 for 1, but Pleb's got a TP home now.
Good one. He understands that silence is going to be long enough, so there's not going to be chains coming out. Man, Techies disappears. Maybe Soul Rib could have saved him for a second, but this is a big kill. 700 gold for Evo.
Yeah, so much damage from that Firefly with the sticky napalm on him. That's why we've been saying the Bat is so good against the Timber with that raw magic damage.
Raw.
Arme seems to have his number though. Oh, there's no stuns.
He might die. Yeah.
But who cares about stuns when you got damage? He's doing like 550 a hit. Pleb chased in towards his tier 3s. Arme getting tossed up and lands with a thud.
2,
3, 4. He's done for. P1 shredded. Pleb gets the dismember off, but in comes Y, keeps the
Oh,
respect top.
Lord.
Arme, he is gunning for more. He wants the ultra kill. Come here,
Oh,
Malik.
Lord.
You look tasty, you do. Give me the ultra or the
Armadoggle still
Armadoggle.
gonna be an ultra kill, and yeah, gotta give him respect. He wanted to give him the rampage. Maybe in the end wants to get out, but yeah, Ame with the rampage. 20 minutes in.
Oh, are you getting freebies now?
Probably another record. I assume this is the fastest rampage of this tournament.
Probably, yeah. Highest amount of hero damage of 21.
Couple 1, 3, 4,
35,000.
5.
I've seen 50-minute games where my carry player hasn't had that much bloody damage.
Oh, I remember some carries having.
HP, he kills you. If you have low armor, he kills you.
Oh, my
you know,
wife.
It's like he does everything. And then he has ruptures as well. It's a more pure damage.